everyone, I'm Sarah Moliski, and welcome back to Real Talk, where it gets hot, spicy, and to the drama. On today's episode, we have Daniela Couso, the iconic queen bee. I am so excited that you're here today.
Oh, me too. I'm so happy to be here.
With the iconic queen bee, Daniela. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have so much to dive into, villain to villain. I'm so happy we can bond over the trauma. Yes. Tell me a little bit about your experience with the viral series. How was that for you?
It's been crazy. It's been very, very wild, very unexpected. This show, it was female kind of based. So I had my very core group of girls, and we have our little group chat, and we were just keeping each other updated, oh, when the show comes out, the typical stuff. When it comes out, we should get together, try to watch it. And then it drops, and then just rapidly started gaining attention. And then I don't know how many days passed or weeks, or I don't know how long it was, but then I just wake up with a text of guys, we're on Cosmo. And I was like, what?
Hello?
And what? And I thought they were joking. So I was like, okay, ha ha ha, Cosmo. And then she sends the link in the group chat, and it was Cosmo. So yeah, very unexpected, very exciting. The love has been amazing. So yeah, thank you guys a lot.
My gosh.
Really appreciate it.
What was that like for you to be wait, I'm in Cosmopolitan? That's when we were younger too, an iconic, huge mag.
I know. It's, I don't know, surreal. I went to go, because it's Cosmo Philippines, which I want to go visit one day so bad and meet everybody, hopefully.
Totally.
I know. Imagine if all the girls just went and
oh my gosh,
had
the
a little
girly
meet
pops
and greet.
going. We
the
have
vertical
to.
girls.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be so fun?
We have to.
I know. One day, maybe.
What was it like just, going online and reading an article that you're starring in?
Yeah. So I opened it, and then it was just crazy to see, first of all, my name.
Yeah.
My full name, just in an article, was wild. And then they actually, expanded on my acting, which was so that's what every actor wants. For them to be their acting was impactful, and we loved the choices they made or whatever. The little tiny decisions that we make when we're filming that they catch. It's you caught that? Oh my gosh, I placed that there just for you.
Well, it's kind of I feel when you're acting and you're playing a role, especially something as big and iconic as the role that you played in that show, it's on set, you don't really get affirmations. If anything, it's just move on, and that's a good thing. If no one's telling you notes, if no one's giving you any discussion about what you're doing, then it's kind of okay, I'm doing a good job. But to read it in writing on the internet that you're just killing it is such a nice thing, because it's hard. We don't really hear that ever.
Yeah, no, because it's you're playing, a villain, you know what I mean? And most of the time the things you're doing on the show, it's not nice.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so since you brought that up, I would love to go into, you play such a good villain.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Tell me just a little bit about what it's like playing a villain, and then obviously you're super bubbly and sweet in real life, just the contrast of that. And does it ever kind of get to you, people thinking that you're mean, or how has that been for you?
100%. You get your fair share of people that genuinely think you're the character you're playing, and I don't know if you've had your fair share of DMs of yeah.
Oh, many that are actually horrible. Where I'm damn, okay, I'm just a person. Have you?
What
do your DMs look like? Is it kind of thirsty guys, or is it people loving you or hating you, or all three?
Yeah, all of the above.
Okay.
A little bit of everything.
A mixed bag.
Which is good to hear. I don't want a bit of every, of the specific things. Your fair share of little creeps of old guys of here are feet pics or this or that, all the...
They want the feet?
Yeah, they want the feet. But that's why they stay covered. And socks on.
Yeah,
layers,
always.
layers. But then it's the people that are I don't know what age range they are, but it's you will never be the queen bee. You are not the Kaplan heiress. I will take you down. So it's nothing to the point where it's I feel like yours probably are more intense and crazy. Like, I will take you down.
Yeah. Yeah, I have like death threats.
You see, I haven't gotten
I'm
that.
like, Jesus.
But I feel like maybe your characters have done some crazy, I mean, I stole someone's identity.
Okay.
But I don't know, what's the I'm flipping this around. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. But what's the craziest thing you've done?
Oh, man. There's so much,
I know.
dude. I got asked that question the other day and I was like, I don't really know. I mean, I actually recently, I just hired a maid to steal the sperm of the wealthy billionaire, but she ended up using her own husband's sperm. So I put it up me, and then it wasn't the it wasn't the rich guy's baby. It was the maid's husband's baby. So then my character is just terrible. So she's like, "Rah!" and like hates the baby. Then the baby comes out and she wants to kill it.
I need to watch this.
Yeah, maybe.
That is juicy.
What about you? What's the most disturbing thing you've done?
I was thinking about it, and then
it's honestly, it's kind of like, I don't, like, you have to think about all the shows you've done. It's like, I don't really know. Are yours like lighter villain where it's not as like sinister?
I feel like the dialogue is what's more like mean, and it's just like, why would you say that? But the things themselves, I'm like, it's the typical high school stuff, like stealing her clothes from the locker room so then she doesn't have anything, which is still horrible, traumatizing.
Yes.
But like, I don't think that like counts for like death threats. I've never received death threats.
Oh my God, I know. I'll be like, okay, like, so, okay.
Okay, guys.
Already having a rough day. You know? Like, yeah. LOL. I get it. Same. Yeah. XOXO. Oh my gosh. Okay, so would you talk a bit about your two favorite villain roles that you've had and like the contrast of both of them?
Okay. Well, obviously Candace.
Yeah.
She's changed everything.
Is she like
for me.
the one? Do you resonate with her the most? Did you like playing her?
Resonate. I don't know. Here's the thing, because I'm sure maybe you come from the same, like, you have the same belief, but like, you can't judge the character you're playing. You know, you have to find their tics and like, why do they do what they do, and their childhood traumas and you know. So it's like, I don't know if maybe just the feeling of being wanted and being included, you know what I mean? Because at the very end of the show, she's exposed. Like, she repeated grades 1,000,000 times. Like, she had the braces, the cliche, like, she wasn't who she wanted to be. So then it's like, imagine working so hard for something just for someone, even though it's wrong. It's wrong. Don't steal people's identities. But you work so hard for something, and then this little girl just comes and just tears it all down. So I resonate with Candace like in that way of like when someone just tries to dismantle all your hard work. But other than that, she takes it to pretty far lengths, you know?
Yeah. So being on set like that, was it different for you in the sense of being able to collaborate more with just females and just like empower each other, being a girl's girl? Like, what's that like in the industry for you?
Being a girl's girl in the industry?
Yeah.
I think it's everything to me personally. So I grew up going to like conservatory like style high school. So instead of like, it was very competitive, but it wasn't your cliche like, oh, you have the mean girls and the popular girls that like talk about your looks or this or that. It was always like talent. You know what I mean?
Oh my, it's even worse.
It's brutal. It's brutal. Like,
oh my
I can
God,
sing better than you. I can act better than you.
Yeah.
I can do this or all that stuff.
Oh God, I could throw up.
I know. But since I'm so used to that environment, I've just found that like it doesn't get you anywhere. It doesn't benefit you at all. And it's like, I am a genuine believer of all the corny cliches that like, you are unique. There's only one you. Like, sure, there's another brunette, brown-eyed, beautiful girl, but like, we both bring something different to the table. You know what I mean? So what's the point in tearing each other down? You know what I mean? So like, when I hear girls on set and they're like, oh my God, I don't have any reps. Or, oh my gosh, I don't have any acting classes. Not that I'm currently not in any, I'm looking for some. But just anything. If I just hear a fellow girl saying, I need this, I need that, I've been looking, and I know headshots, this, that, anything when it comes to the industry, I'm like, here you go.
Yeah.
Like, let me help you out. Like, why not? Like, I know another girl that she was like, I don't have any reps. And then I was like, you can try mine out. You might hate them. You might love them. And now she's booking. And I'm like, I'm so proud of you. Yeah. Like, it's like, I don't expect anything from it. It's just, I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you're from Miami, right?
Yes.
So fun. Okay, so when did you move to LA?
About a year and a half ago.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's very new.
So you're new.
I know. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, do you like LA? Do you hate it? Do you think it's like, what's the vibe for you?
Okay, so
Weird time.
It's what's this called? It's not too different, honestly, other than like, okay, so geographically, like in Miami, everything's like flat. We don't have mountains.
Yeah.
It's very humid. So like over here it's dry and we can go like hiking and all that stuff. So I like that we have that here.
Yeah.
I unfortunately still don't have a car, so it's like really hard to get around.
Yeah, it's you'll get one.
You need a car in LA. If you're planning on moving out here, get that car. I like it. It's not too different. Those are the only things like immediately that I can think of that are different about it.
Yeah.
And then the people is what's different. Like obviously I'm very Cuban. I'm very Cuban and Latina. So like back home, I just get all my little like Spanish ladies and all my Spanish speaking people like, mi amor, hola, ¿cómo están?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, hi. And then here
It's like,
yeah.
So tell
that
me,
exact face.
how long have you been in LA? Who's your dad?
Yeah.
How many followers?
Thankfully, like I've met some kind people.
Yeah,
like, you know,
for sure.
I found like, and it's been on set, you know, like it's been on these sets that I've met like the sweetest people and I'm just like, oh, humans, with hearts. But then you just meet your other fair share of people that it's like, okay, this is like the industry side, like the competitive, like the Hollywood.
Do you go out?
Yes, but like not as much as I thought I would.
Okay.
Because like when I tell people I'm from Miami, they're like, oh.
Yeah, like, oh, party bitch.
So you're like out till 7 a.m. like, and I'm like, oh, no. Like, and it's also because I never bought a fake. I never did all that because I'm so stingy with my money. So I was just like, if they snap that card in front of my face, I'm gonna have a fit.
Totally.
So I waited till I turned 21 and I was out here for that. So now is when I've like gone out more. But even then, I feel like I've never gone to like a club. Like something that I've left and I'm like, oh, that was a club. I've been to like bars and stuff like that, but yeah, still waiting to experience. I love dancing though. Dancing is extremely important to me.
There's a couple places we should go to. I forget the name of it. It's literally like a Cuban dancing like vibe.
Oh my gosh,
place.
Wait,
I forget the name of it. If anyone knows, comment it, or if anybody here knows, you know what I'm talking about.
I've heard of like Floridita. That's where
maybe that's it.
My cousin used to go there.
Okay.
That was, like, her
it's
spot.
like it's a vibe.
Okay.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
It's really fun. The thing I notice about I'm from New York, and
okay.
So the difference is like here in LA, I feel like the culture of going out is a little bit more like closed off, where people aren't like, hey, it's a little like, kind of. So that's why I was curious if Miami's different in that sense.
Oh, I mean, when I did go out, people are wild in Miami.
Yeah. Oh,
I feel like I saw
off.
like, yeah. There's crazy things over there. And I feel like I probably haven't even seen half of it. But you know what I haven't experienced? Like a crazy yacht party, which is like, you know, the typical Miami thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know, people get crazy. I've seen pretty crazy stuff here too. So
Yeah.
I feel like it's pretty equal. They're both big cities. I don't know.
Okay, so talking about kind of like going out vibes, you don't go out that much. I'm a literal grandma. I don't leave the house unless I'm here. But do you do anything to prepare for set? Like, do you have a routine? Like, what do you do with your face or do you have like a thing you do, or do you just rock up?
I'm trying to get better at that. I'm trying to, you know why? It's because like scrolling through social media and TikTok, like you see slugging, get ready with me, taking off my mask. What is it? Shed. Morning shed.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh God, I should do something. But like, I can't do all that.
That's
I'm
a lot.
A simple gal.
Yeah.
So like yesterday I did like a face mask, like, you know, those loop Target face masks?
Yes.
Oh my God. Love it. It was so refreshing. Did that for like 10, 20 minutes. And then just a good shower, you know, just relax the night before, memorize my lines a little bit, and then not really. And then just like music. I love
You're a music girl.
Yes, I need music. Like there's certain times where I'll pick certain songs for certain characters, but I feel like these last, like for Candace, I didn't. I mean, I played Brat a lot and Olivia Rodrigo a lot, so maybe those two artists, but I didn't make a playlist specifically for Candace, but I think that's a lot of fun to do as well, to make
That's
like
cool.
playlists
That's
for
a cool little thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sometimes I'll give them zodiac signs. Have you ever done that? What would Candace be?
Oh,
I feel like a scorp.
really?
What
I was gonna say she has to be something fire. Maybe not.
Aries.
Aries.
What are you?
I'm a Pisces.
I knew it! Girl, same!
Are you? Yay!
Wait, what's your birthday?
March 12th. Don't.
I'm literally the 11th.
No! Sarah! Oh my god! I love this!
Oh my God,
it.
I'm like
tearing up.
crying.
Our Pisces emotional.
No, actually. Oh my God.
Our birthday is coming up.
Oh my God, literally, wait. Oh my God, we're the same person.
But it's perfect because you're blonde.
Oh my God.
I'm an emotional gal.
No, literally, I cry every day.
The villains are emotional.
Oh my God.
We cry.
All the time.
All the time. Every day.
All the freaking time. Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah. You knew it.
Oh my God. Okay, so speaking of crying all the time,
Mm-hmm.
did you ever have high school drama growing up? Like, did you cry in high school? Like, what were you? Were you an emo girl? Like, what, or theater girl? Like,
Theater girl.
okay.
Like theater girl to the core.
And Pisces, so bye.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And
it's a shipwreck.
if we're getting into it, my moon's also Pisces. So it's like,
What's
a
the
mess.
middle one?
it's like moon is supposed to be like your emotion.
Wait, okay, so you're Pisces,
And then Virgo, which makes no sense, which are opposite. But yeah.
oh my God, I'm literally a Virgo rising too.
Sarah, get out.
We're the same actual human. Oh my God. Well, the Virgo in you work really hard and you hustle. Like that's, I feel like in there.
Yeah, so
for
going
that.
back to the hustling, I feel like in school, drama, always about who's gonna get what part.
Oh my
Clearly,
God.
you know, there's always the part that you want the lead girl or something, and then you
Were
don't get it.
Were you that?
No.
Were you ever given the lead growing up? Oh my
No.
God, I feel
I was slept on in high school.
oh, girl, I feel you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
like,
I do.
hey, at least you didn't peak in high school.
Fair.
That would have been
Oh my
sad.
God. Okay. Also, like, sorry if any of these people are watching, but not sorry. Some of the people, because I did theater growing up too, who were, you know, the lead baby girl, like the hot girl, like always, like, they ain't doing now. What
Hey,
about
let me
you?
tell
How about
you,
the
let me tell you.
meanies from high school?
Yeah, I mean, like, everybody's path is different, you know what I mean? But like the school that I went to, they were very set on you going to college. And these specific girls, I think, or girls with this mentality, I think they're just used to having everything handed to them, you know what I mean? Not earning what they get. So I think in high school, they're given like everything, the lead, the this, the that. And then they're used to that. And then they step out into the real world, you know what I mean? Or not even yet, because did you go to college?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't end up going to college. I worked at,
Honestly, who fucking.
yeah, I just decided just because if I could financially, I would have definitely done it. But financially wasn't the best decision. And then I was just like.
It's a lot.
And for acting, I was like, I'd rather just like people watch. And
fair
step
enough.
into acting classes and like, because acting classes are expensive out here too.
Oh, for sure.
So I'm like, I'd rather invest my time and money elsewhere. So I worked at Trader Joe's for a year and a half.
Oh my God.
and
Wait, that's so, I have questions about that.
Stocking
I love
shelves
everybody
and
who
being
works
nice
there.
to people.
They're so
That's-
nice.
Yeah.
Is there a thing that you,
Everybody always asks.
is there?
They're like, do they pay you to flirt with us? And I was like, no, we
Is there
do
a
not.
meeting though? Sorry to
No.
interject this, but is there a
Please.
meeting when you're getting hired? Like, oh, you have to be like really nice to people.
They say that we just have to be very attentive. So that's what gets annoying. Like, we have to go up to you and ask you if you need any help. So it's like uncomfortable for us when like there's someone wearing headphones and they
And they're
clearly
like-
just want to get one thing and get out of the grocery store. And I'm just like, do you need any help with anything?
And they're like, no, I have my
"Please,
tofu.
Exactly. Like, I just want to grab my sparkling water and leave. So, but that was, other than that.
So it's, you're telling me now it's natural, like everyone at the checkout who's just like, so what you making for dinner tonight? Like they're actually just like a nice, curious
we're
human.
just trying to make the time pass,
I
you
feel
know?
you.
You know
Yeah,
what I
dude, I
mean? Like,
get
we're
it.
all just,
Oh my
like,
God.
yeah, they don't say you must be nice, but I just think you won't be hired if you're not. And they can just tell. You're hired for the human you are, definitely.
Oh.
And then, like, cool vibes or whatever, the look.
Yeah.
They like
like
some
trendy.
sort of look. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so while I was working, going back to the OG questions.
Yeah, sorry.
We're everywhere.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I Trader Joe's Pisces. I'm like, wait, yeah.
I got us.
Yeah.
They were at college and like living up their dreams and stuff like that. Like the people that, you know, like, not that they did me dirty, but you know, it's just, we had our differences and things didn't work out. Life happens. And then like, now I'm on a podcast.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Doing
also like getting shout outs in Cosmopolitan and slaying the game as a protagonist and lead villain.
You know,
I do it all.
Thank
girl.
you so much.
This is just a start for you. It's gonna come rolling in for you.
We need to like, that's another thing about like being a girl's girl. Like we need to learn how to like humbly brag. Was that English? But you know what I mean? Like just like talk about our accomplishments.
Oh my God, isn't it the hardest thing though?
It's so hard to give yourself credit. And it's just like, but I did it. Like I moved to LA by myself after working at Trader Joe's for a year and a half, being so sad, lost all my friends.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, you know, still working every day. It's still scary every day, but I'm living my dream and I'm doing it. And like all that high school drama made me who I am today. Truly. It sounds so like not like, but like, cause this is crazy. COVID hit my senior year. So it was like, I didn't get to graduate. I didn't get prom.
So you guys weren't in school, right?
No.
You're at home. So you were at home and doing online classes?
It was like everything was falling apart. Everything was falling apart. So it was like the high school drama, which was like my lifelong friends, basically, that was just falling apart.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit, didn't get to graduate. So I was just really, really like sad, you know, like everyone. I think the whole world was kind of mourning, kind of sad during that pandemic.
But especially being in school when you're like,
senior year.
I guess I'm just graduating in my living room. It's my dog.
It's
like,
exactly what I did.
Yeah, you're like, all right.
Literally in my living room, I graduated. So, but it made it all worth it because it changed my brain. I don't know. It changed who I am. And now I'm excited for 25 because doesn't like your frontal lobe fully develop or something?
It does.
I'm
Allegedly, but honey, I'm still.
You said it's still messed up.
It's still up in there, but you know.
You got time?
Yeah.
time?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So going back a little bit to the high school drama thing. So like, was it girls? Like, was it kind of just like, we're the lead girls and like, you're not it?
It was
like, what was the vibe?
The girls, gays, and mays. It was all of them. It wasn't just the girls.
Oh.
And
that's even scarier.
I know. I'm ally to the day I die. Love like the LGBTQ community is something that I'm very passionate about. And it's just been in my life for a long time. I was a dancer growing up. So like we have like our guy dancers and all that stuff.
The high school drama, was it kind of like,
was it
like
the girls?
The girly pops being like, I'm the lead and like you're the supporting, like get in line, you don't get the solo?
It was
like,
honestly,
what was it?
Like it was the girls, and then also like my best friend at the time, like I had like the typical gay best friend, you know what I mean? And we were together for years, like inseparable at the hip, and like I still like, I'm always gonna have love in my heart for that boy. Like he literally wish him the best. But honestly, those kind of, he was extremely talented, but those kind of guys that were very like competitive and just, you know, keep your head in the game. And like, I will kind of take you down even if you're in my way a little bit type vibe.
Yeah.
And I just was never like that. Girls, gays, or theys, anybody, doesn't matter what you are. I'm just saying it wasn't specifically girls.
Yeah.
It was everybody. And, you know, I picked my moments of when I'm gonna like, you know, I pick and chose my battles because not everything's worth it. But when it came to like parts and stuff, it was more like personal friendship arguments. It was never about roles.
Yeah.
Because I already knew that I was like, this is so like dumb, but have you seen the movie The Duff?
No.
Oh my God. But basically, guys, let me tell you something. Duff, it stands for Designated Ugly Fat Friend. Crazy,
was it
right?
you?
That's a movie. No.
Oh, I'm like, girl.
No, it was like, I was not like an ugly, like, oh, what was
you were
me?
like
I was
the
ugly.
rat.
But like, I just wasn't like
Like,
I'm a late bloomer. That's the good way of putting it. I should have just said
you
that.
weren't like
I
the
am a late
chosen one
bloomer.
in high school.
Exactly.
That everyone like sucked.
Exactly. My friends were the chosen ones.
Okay.
So I was used to that. I was used to like, let's call this person Pedro. So like if they wanted to talk to Pedro, they would come to me to talk to Pedro. So I knew that I wasn't the it girl. You know what I mean? I wasn't Pedro. I wasn't Carla. Whoever you, I don't know. Made up names. And what's this called? So I just knew, like, I'm not gonna get the lead. I'm not gonna get anything. Like, where I knew that I was gonna dominate was dancing. That was my strong thing.
Oh,
that
cool.
I was like, nobody can tell me anything. Not here. Because the strongest dancers though were always ensemble. Because did you do musical theater or just?
Yeah.
So you know. So if you were a strong dancer, you're gonna be ensemble, leading the ensemble. So I was always in the back, and I was used to that. So I wasn't really upset with them if they got a lead part or got something like that. But it was more of like we had a rule at school where it's like, if you did the musical, you couldn't do the play because rehearsals would happen at the same time.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then my friend, there was favoritism, and like the Pedros and Carlas of the world would find a way to, like, you know, be able to do both. And it's like, what?
Special treatment.
Yeah, it's just, it's everywhere. It's not going to leave anytime soon.
It doesn't. It's in our industry, I think it even goes up to the highest level.
Yeah.
As well, which is just, you know, something we deal with and just how to navigate that nowadays and professionally.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
High school drama, but in the real world now.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Real world
it
drama.
Never ends.
You know what's something interesting? So you went to an acting high school? Okay.
Yeah, like an art school.
So I went to an acting conservatory after college, and it was freaking awesome. It was so rigorous. It was so hard. It was
Where?
Meisner. It was a Meisner. It was Maggie Flanagan Acting Conservatory. It's incredible. 5 stars all around. It shaped me as a person. But one thing I did notice about the school that I feel like I felt was that I never fit in there. I was always a little bit on the outskirts because everyone was so like obsessed with the culture in there and obsessed with each other and just sucked the artist out of each other and was like a circle jerk kind of that. And it was great, but I just wasn't like cool in their group.
Yeah.
And I feel like the school, the only thing is like it doesn't really teach you how to act outside of the friendship obsession kind of on set necessarily. And I don't know, I think that did a lot of actors some disservice of not being able to like it was just too much of a cult almost. And if you're not like the cool kid at school, you're kind of just like shoved to the side a little. And I felt that. Was that kind of how you felt at school?
There's like, we started off with like freshmen, like I don't know, maybe like 20. We were still a tiny school because you have to audition, you have to get in. And it's one of those schools that's like, oh, it's hard to get into that school.
Yeah.
So I was even shocked when I got in.
Yeah.
Which I shouldn't have been. I got in, and like by the end of our senior year, like half of our class was like, I hate acting.
Yes.
Like, this school has made me hate acting. Like, I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be a lawyer. Like, they just completely changed professions. And it's like, and I get that. I respect where you're coming from because, like, it was tough. Like, it was really, really late nights. And, like, it's like they would, like, keep you till, like, if we keep you till 9, then you can miss first period. But they would keep us till 8:59. And they'll be like, go home. And you have to be back in time till first period. And
Oh
it's
my
like,
God. You're
you
like,
guys are, like,
come
slick.
on.
Like, so it was tough in the moment, but they were right. They get the biggest I told you so ever. That specific school does, because in the moment, like, I hated it. Like, not hated acting. I've never hated it, but it was just like, it felt like busy work. I was like, you're just giving me work to give me work, not for the craft, not to like light the fire in us, kind of.
Yeah.
But then I left, and like I got to like college auditions, and like the most basic things, like, I don't even know, like a simple, like, you know how like you do, like, you have to warm up the body. So you use your breath and then you do a body roll down, roll up, and like just a basic warm up. And things that I've been doing since freshman year. And there was people there, we're going to enter our freshman year in college, that didn't even know that. And I was like,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, and they would always be like, watch, you're going to get into the real world and you're going to be like, thank you, it was called New World School of the Arts. Hello. Hello. Thank you so much for everything. But they were like, you'll see. And I did see.
It is true. Like, doing that deep training, the program I went to too, I felt like in the moment, I'm like, this is so hard. And like, I feel like such a failure and a piece of kind of. And then out of it, you're like, oh, wow, this makes like the real world jobs so much easier.
It just prepares you a bit more. Yeah. Like it's still difficult, but.
Oh gosh. So I feel like both of us have had a really similar experience with going to amazing acting schools, but then kind of feeling a little left out of like, you know, the friend groups there and just feeling a little like black sheep of the group almost. And do you have advice for young people who might be going through that either in acting school or just in a friend group at high school or just, in life?
Yeah, I feel like when I was going through that, like, I really just thought about, like, little me.
Yeah.
And I don't know how, like, everybody's different as a child. But for me personally, like, I was such a bright, energetic, like, I'm such a tiny little thing, but I would take up all the space in the room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm so unapologetic about it. Like, never gonna apologize for how much space I'm taking. And I feel like once I went into school, they kind of, you know what I mean? Like, they kind of dim that light a little bit. And they just kind of make you feel apologetic. Like, they make you feel sorry for being weird or outspoken or whatever. And then, I don't know, during the pandemic, I really just thought to myself, like, all I have is me at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And when I was little, nobody could tell me anything. And I'm still that girl. I'm the same little girl that was putting on performances for my family in the living room and, like, demanded that they sat down and I'm going to sing this song 3 times in a row and you're going to clap and be happy every time. And they did. And it was so fun. And it's like, I don't know. It's corny cliches. It's all about believing in yourself.
Yeah.
And just never quitting. Because this industry, like acting, it's just so much rejection. So much rejection.
Oh my God.
But I say it's rejection till it's not. You know what I mean? One of them is going to eventually stick. And that's what it is. Truly, it's like the waiting game. You know what I mean? I might book my first crazy big thing when I'm like 70. Maybe I'm like Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
But hey, if that's what's meant to happen,
An
that's what's
icon.
meant to happen. And now we have so many of the greats like Glenn Close, Meryl Streep. Like, look at, what's her? Demi Moore. She just did The Substance. And she's not 70.
Yeah.
So many amazing things happening that it's just like, my time will come. You need to know that your time will come. You just can't quit. Because when you quit, that's when
it's done.
That's when it's done.
Yeah.
That's when no one's going to come knocking on your door. You know what I mean?
No.
So think of little you, talk to little you for a second, and just don't quit, is what I would say. Yeah.
Do you have any really terrible audition stories? Like, did you ever bomb an audition?
Oh my gosh, yes.
What's the worst audition you've done or experience, or like what happened? I want to start doing this because I feel like everyone's like, oh my God, she's such a celebrity. Look at her. She's so amazing. But like, you probably...
We're human.
Oh God, yeah. What was the worst audition you had?
Man, I mean, the first ones was like the cliche, the internet just crashed. Like, you've been there waiting for 30 minutes, literally waiting in that waiting room, like staring at the camera, like,
and you're not hooked up on Wi-Fi.
And then right when they come in, it's like, we can't hear you. So that just sucks. That's just terrible luck. But then, so basically, I had this audition for like a huge movie. Heck, life is short. I had enough for the new Jurassic Park movie. The trailer just came out.
Oh my gosh.
And I did the audition, and I was like, it was like, girl, Jurassic Park. Like, let's be real here. Like, that's gonna be your first thing.
Yeah.
But then I got a call back.
Ooh,
and I was
that's amazing. Also, congrats.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
This was a while ago now, but I passed out. And I was like, all right. So in school, I learned that you need to wear what you wore in your audition to your callback so they remember who you are. But this certain shirt that I wore had a huge stain on it.
Oh.
Huge stain. And I was like, she won't see it. She won't see the stain. She won't. And this casting director, she's huge. So I was like, she won't see it. It's fine. Just get ready to talk to her or whatever. I step into my callback and she's like looking at me and she's just like, yeah, hi, how are you? You don't have a different shirt?
Oh,
and I was like,
was this in person?
It was on Zoom. It was on Zoom. And this is like, she casts everything. I don't know, Carla Houle. She does Stranger Things, Marvel, this, that. And I'm like, even if I don't get Jurassic, like, maybe you'll remember me.
Yeah,
Fingers crossed. And all I can think of is, you don't have a different shirt? Like, that's my
Where was
first
the
impression.
stain?
Oh, girl, it was bad.
What color was it?
I'm dumb. Me thinking that I'm going to wear a white little tank top and it's like yellowy, like towards the bottom. But I was like, I'll just like position the camera like perfectly so that it's not in there. And she's just like, you can just see it right when I picked up the camera. She's just like,
oh no.
And I was like, this isn't. She clocked me. But then I was like, can I go change really quick? And she like giggled. And I was like, okay. we bonded over being Hispanic. And
Oh, good.
so it was good. It ended up being, it wasn't a bad audition. The fact that I even got a call back.
I mean, she'll remember you now.
Oh my God, Stain Girl.
Yeah,
Stain Girl forever.
You. Yeah, let's book her. She's cute.
Yeah,
she suffered enough.
She's quirky.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
That was very embarrassing.
Okay, so you have a ton of fans, especially from, your huge Cosmo article, which is so big. And I'd love for you to react to some of the fan comments.
Oh, yay. Okay. She plays the mess out of the Delulu villain till the end.
Oh, the Delulu villain.
And I totally get what you mean, because at the end of the show, she's the real Kaplan heiress and her father walks in and he's like, how dare you steal my daughter's Cartier and steal her identity and everything. And Candace is just still, hey, she's gotten this far. Like, I feel like when you dug the hole so much for yourself, you can't just like quit the bit there. You gotta keep it going. I'm like, I already did this much. So I'm like, no. Next comment. Daniela Couso is the perfect Blair Waldorf. But wow, that is a high compliment. Gossip Girl, classic. Okay, next. That woman is so wicked. She is just looking for attention.
Oh.
You see? I mean, you guys aren't wrong. That's why it's so hard for me to elaborate, because she never had the attention when she was younger. So what do you expect her to do? She's just constantly fishing for compliments. This is my favorite one. You would low-key eat at being a minion. Oh, I love the color combo yellow and blue, so. And then, okay, I think this is the last one. I hope you're not like Candace Kaplan. LOL, you look so cool. Thank you so much.
She is cool.
Thank you. Like I said towards the beginning, like, I'm in for Candace's drive, but not everything that she did to get there. But everything else, I am cool. I'm chill. I have feelings. I would never steal your identity. No. I'm kidding.
So Daniela, that kind of wraps up our little episode today. Do you have anything else you want to say to the fans?
No, just thank you so much for watching. Keep on coming on this journey with me. I've got lots to go. I'm just getting started.
Oh, yeah.
Both of us are. And yeah, just thank you a million. I really, really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart.
And where can the beautiful people find you?
Instagram, just my name, Daniela Couso, or TikTok. What is it? I think it's Danny Couscous or something like that. But yeah, social media. If you type in my name, you'll find me.
You'll find the queen. Definitely go give her a follow and read her amazing article in Cosmopolitan.
Yes.
Okay, before we go, we want you to take a fun little Polaroid. So you can just take our camera here, hold it up, and take a selfie. Hey everyone, Sarah Moliski here, and welcome back to Real Talk, where it gets hot, spicy, and to the drama. Today, I am so excited. We have Michael Vaccaro here at Real Talk in the house, the iconic villain, fashion designer, daddy. Is there a role that you have been dying to play?
Well, this is one of the things that we've been talking about a lot lately, is this idea of like everybody in Real Short is like, they're like 6 months old. They're like super young. Like everybody's just like super young and pretty.
Yeah.
Like super young. Everybody's like super
Like
young.
everyone's young and hot. The lead
Everyone's young
is
and hot.
here.
So I think that we need more like people who are like not so super young, like people like myself who are maybe like a little bit older, doing like romantic leads.
Right.
Like why is it that like people after like 30 we don't die? We don't
mean,
like all just die. We don't just like give up and like castrate ourselves. We all like, we all have sex lives and we all like fall in love and we all have drama and we all like, in fact, I think we have more drama and more interesting sex lives.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I think, so if I had my sort of choice, I would definitely want to do like an older lead guy who, I mean, just, the stories that we always tell, but like have just,
a different twist on it, not just focusing on the young and sexual.
Yeah, middle-aged people are really interesting and have lived lives and stuff, and like,
I feel like also something to go off of that is, as I've personally gotten older, I've become way more comfortable sexually. Like back when I was younger, I was so like self-hate and like couldn't even have sex, thought I was asexual, like literally. And then, with age, you become more open and can like discover more. And like you said, more happens to you.
Yeah. I also think that, you get to know yourself more as a person. So I just think that older people are more interesting. I mean, they're just baseline more interesting because you have more experience and you have more knowledge and you know who you are.
I feel like that goes with even outside of vertical space,
Oh,
even
yeah.
Hollywood. It's like, okay, yeah, after 30, you're like an old wench and there's nothing for you unless you're like the dying grandma in a horror movie.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about just mainstream movies and stuff like that, I think, again, especially women, older women are much more interesting. I've no interest in like seeing what a 20-year-old girl has to do. Like, you know,
I do get what you mean. It's like it's more so like the drama of the human is kind of surface level versus if it was a more mature human, it would be like so much deeper. Like The Substance, did you see that?
yeah, I did.
I
I
mean,
actually just
incredible.
saw it, really.
It's
Yeah.
so good. Did you like it? What'd you think?
I thought the ending was absurd.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm not going to spoil the ending.
But were you like, wait, what is happening here?
If you watch this, if you have not seen The Substance yet and you want to watch it, watch like 3/4 of it and then just go out. Just leave.
Oh my
Or
God.
just like, you know, go home or like turn off the TV or whatever you're doing because it's absolutely absurd. But up until then, I found it really interesting. Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Well, that was cool that, I mean, Demi Moore is definitely getting a light shined on her right now with just her
I
acting
think she's
and
gonna
everything.
win the Oscar.
I think
It's
she
like,
is too.
yeah,
I
think
hope
she's-
she does.
I mean, it's kind of amazing. Yeah, it's one of those great things, actually. Like I tell myself all the time, like to not give up, because I've been doing this. You know this. I've been doing this since I was a tiny, tiny, tiny little child.
Yeah.
And and you get to a point where like everybody in your life is telling you like, you know, Vaccaro, you got to stop this. You got to be realistic. You know, you can't live on $1.27 in the bank anymore. You know, you have to pay your mortgage and all that nonsense. So Demi Moore is a real example of like, just like not giving up and just keep going. Don't listen to what anybody says. She did that great speech at the Golden Globes, you know, about what that producer said to her years ago.
Michael, thank you so much for joining us today. I love you with all of my freaking heart. I can't wait
I love
to
you
see you
too.
on set.